If you have an unhealthy obsession with fictional grumpy book boyfriends, welcome. You're safe here. Here are 5 underrated Grumpy Sunshine romance wrecks that you might not have read yet. Let's start with Four Weekends and a Funeral. This book follows Allison, whose ex-boyfriend passes away, but his entire family doesn't know that, so she's invited to the funeral and has to play grieving girlfriend, volunteers to pack up his apartment for him, but unfortunately, so does his best friend, who happens to be a grumpy hunk of a man that she's never really gotten along with. It sounds like a rom-com, but it also has some really heartfelt moments. Adam is a perfect example of a secretly soft man inside, but still at his core, a grumpy lumberjack book boyfriend. The Heartbreak Hotel is also a debut romance novel. This book follows Louisa, who has just broken up with her long-term boyfriend, but she wants to stay in the house that she's renting. Problem is she can't afford it, so she makes a deal with her landlord to make it into a B&B for the heartbroken. The catch is that her landlord is actually a hot, grumpy AF man. Another romance again with some heartfelt moments. I also really think this book and Four Weekends and a Funeral are perfect for fans of Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry. They're both romances, but they also both explore more serious themes, and I think that makes them that much more meaningful. I obviously have to mention P.S. I Hate You because Dom is one of the hottest book boyfriends ever. He is on my top 10 list because even though he doesn't change and he's grumpy throughout the book, you can feel his yearning the entire time. This follows Maddie, whose brother passes away, and his last wish was to have her and his best friend go on a road trip across the US to spread his ashes. They do have a little bit of a past, so there's a little bit of an enemies to lovers element to it. If you are a fan of road trip romances, this is one of my all-time favorites. Now, The Love of My Afterlife is a little bit more grumpy than Grumpy Sunshine, but honestly, I kind of like that more. I can't give too much away about the plot of this book. Basically, Delphi ends up having an accident where she passes away, and when she wakes up in the afterlife, she gets sent back to Earth to find her soulmate. All I will say about this one is if you're looking for a rom-com, this one will make you laugh. There's obviously some magical realism and even a little bit of found family. And lastly, the rom-commers. This book follows 2 screenwriters. Emma is actually a novice, but she's hired to help Charlie, who's a famous screenwriter, write a romance screenplay, which he has no experience in, and he also doesn't really seem to believe in love. I always love a book about writers, and it doesn't hurt that Charlie is another one of my all-time favorite grumpy book boyfriends. Also, for what it's worth, it's right around 300 pages, so if you're looking for a faster read, this one's it. If you have any other Grumpy Sunshine romance wrecks, please leave them in the comments below. A girl can never read too many.